Chapter 32. Ah! I sat bolt upright as the image of Victor's maw of sharpened teeth lingered in my head. I finally understood what that bat felt like before Ozzy Osbourne bit its head off. My heart hammered in my chest. With awareness came an aching, brutal, cold pain from my chest. As soon as I sat up, I regretted the act, cringing with the massive amount of agony seizing my body. Hey, it's okay, Evan said, looking at me through the rearview mirror. When you're out of the woods, remind me to make fun of you for screaming like that. For now, are you okay? Shannon turned around in her passenger side seat, looking back at me with concern in her eyes. We're almost there. Mrs. Grundy gave you something to hold off the infection. She said you'd make it. What? I asked. So confused I didn't know where to start. I grasped my bearings. I sat in the back seat of Evan's BMW with Shannon in the passenger side seat and Evan behind the wheel. Mrs. Grundy, where are we going? Going to visit the Muffin Man on Drury Lane, little guy, Evan said without cracking a smile. You've been out hard. We took you to Mrs. Grundy first, but she couldn't do more than slow the poison. She said there's a doctor that can help, Shannon picked up the story. We're on our way to his office now. He's supposed to meet us there. My chest tightened with every breath. I didn't want my friends to see me squirm in pain, but it really sucked. Each movement sent a cold ice pick through my chest. If you need to cry, it's okay, buddy, Evan said. I'll cry with you. I'm not going to cry, I said through gritted teeth. Just hurry. We're almost there. GPS says the next left, and then the office should be on the right-hand side. 2259 Drury Lane. I guess Evan wasn't kidding about the Muffin Man. We pulled into a well-lit strip mall. The late hours meant the parking lot was mostly empty, save for a few random cars in the lot. In between a 99-cent store and a CVS stood an unmarked building with a warm cream trim and glass exterior. White blinds were drawn behind the windows, but a light inside told us someone was present. Shannon? Evan asked, turning off the engine. Are you sure this is the right place? This is the address she gave us, Shannon confirmed, checking her phone again. Maybe we should give her a call to make sure? This doesn't seem right. Come on, I said through a grunt in the back seat. Let's just go. If she said this is it, then this is it. I didn't know why the two were being so hesitant. I'd faced down a coven of vampires, been stabbed, and had a vision or dream or whatever it was with Count Jovanovich. I wasn't worried about going into the wrong office at this point, if it was the wrong office at all. It wasn't until Shannon helped me out of the vehicle and we walked up the sidewalk that I realized why my friends had been so hesitant. On the outside of the door, in white lettering, read, Mallory Muffin, M.D., obstetrician gynecologist. Evan was already knocking on the door. I leaned heavily on Shannon, rethinking my life choices. Actually, maybe this isn't the place, I huffed. Are you sure that address is right? I think we need to call Mrs. Grundy and confirm. Before anyone could agree or dismiss my request, the white blinds behind the glass door shifted. A bolt clicked and the door opened. A middle-aged man with a warm smile and bad comb-over beckoned us inside. Oh, you must be the ones Mrs. Grundy called about. Please, come in, Dr. Muffin greeted, waving us into the waiting area. We have no time to spare. The side effects of the concoction Mrs. Grundy gave you are nothing to be brushed under the rug. Sure, it slows the spread of the poison, but no one wants numb tongue. Side effects? I asked as my tongue refused to form the words. Numb tongue? Uh-oh, Dr. Muffin said, motioning us forward again. Come in. I have a room waiting for you. I tried to work my tongue around the inside of my mouth, but it felt 2 sizes too big. On top of that, my mouth was suddenly so dry. Shannon, Evan, and I walked into a wide waiting room with calm mood lighting. On the corner table sat a diffuser steaming what smelled like mint and enough of Oprah's O magazines on the table to start a bonfire. Were you followed? The doctor asked, looking out from behind his curtain through the glass door. Does anyone besides Mrs. Grundy know you're coming? No, I said past my tongue. No, we're safe, Evans said, shaking his head. I was checking the mirrors at every turn. Only Mrs. Grundy knows we're here. Good, good. Dr. Muffin waved us along to follow him. I need to get going on our patient here before the rash starts spreading. Wrath? I asked, forgetting the pain in my chest for a moment. What wrath? Our rash is the second side effect that will take place given the antidote Grundy administered. She did the right thing to slow the infectious spread, but that rash is nothing to joke about, Dr. Muffin said as we followed him into a well-lit room. The room, much like the waiting area, was painted with calm cream and white. A picture of a smiling woman looking up at a clear sky might have put me at ease if I wasn't worried about a supernatural rash appearing at any moment. I was directed to sit in a padded reclining chair with my feet in stirrups and my head tilted back. Don't worry, the rash won't pop up where you think it might, Dr. Muffin said, snapping on gloves and a magnifying glass apparatus that connected to his glasses. If it does come, it'll start on your scrotum and work its way out from there. Don't worry, I got you, Johnny, Evans said, holding my hand. Squeeze as hard as you need to. I looked over to see a reassuring smile on my best friend's face. I knew he was trying to make light of the situation despite the events taking place around me to put me at ease. All right, party people, Dr. Muffin said, cutting down what was left of my shirt with a pair of scissors. Let's let the Muffin Man do what he does best. You call yourself the Muffin Man? Shannon asked with a raised eyebrow. She stood close to my left side but didn't offer me a hand to hold. Oh, the irony isn't lost on me, Dr. Muffin answered. Muffin Man, Dreary Lane. I get it. Oh, you've got a high-level vampiric infection going on here. I'm going to have to pull out the nail, then clean and cauterize the wound. If I could talk, I would have asked him what he meant by cauterize, but my aching, numb, cold feeling was beginning to warm and feel hot as the temperature of my body increased. 1 second I was practically shivering, and the next I felt like I was standing in the middle of a roaring volcano. All right, I'm going to need some help here. Dr. Muffin looked between Shannon and Evan. Who here's not squeamish around blood, and who wants to hold him down? Hold me down? I asked, doing half a sit-up, which was incredibly awkward since my feet were above my head in these metal stirrups. I can help, Shannon said, clenching her jaw and looking at me with concern. I'll hold him, Evans said, placing a firm but gentle hand on either of my shoulders. Good. Here, Dr. Muffin said, retrieving a pair of clamps and handing them to Shannon. When I tell you, you pull the nail out smooth and straight. I'll be right behind you with the holy water and brand. Hey, guys, I said as panic set in. I'm feeling better. Seriously, I'm feeling better. Stay with me, Mr. Hunter, Dr. Muffin said, placing one end of a clamp on the end of the black nail in my chest and handing the other end to Shannon. This is going to get worse before it gets better. I didn't want to be afraid. I didn't want to scream and wrestle Evan to get off me because I let fear best me. I wanted to be that tough guy in all the movies. I wanted to take the brand with a smile and a swig of whiskey. Truth be told, I'd never broken so much as a bone before, much less have a full-blown supernatural operation. Once when I was a kid, I had to get some teeth pulled, but that was it. Hey, look at me. Look at me, Johnny. Shannon's voice held so much strength, I couldn't help but obey. I looked at the Valkyrie incarnate to see tears of intensity in her eyes. Thank you. Thank you for helping me give my sister peace, Shannon said, swallowing hard. Thank you for giving me peace. Tears splashed down my cheeks, not from pain, but understanding the level of torment that Shannon had gone through all these years. Understanding it, and now realizing this burden had been lifted from her. I was just happy I was able to help play a part in her healing. Pull it now! Dr. Muffin shouted. Shannon held my gaze. Evan pressed my shoulders down. With one rip of the pliers, Shannon tore the nail free. The pain was horrific, but bearable. I grunted, holding the scream. The holy water Dr. Muffin poured over the wound next was unlike anything I had ever encountered. It felt like molten hot lava being poured directly into my soul.